What's up, everybody? This is No Noise and another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter, episode 168, aka How You Stop Him. It's aka Unstoppable Hush, aka Hush Braun James, aka Voice of Reason. Welcome. I know you see somebody sitting with me, right? But we're gonna get into all of that. But to begin, I want to say I have to do my opening notes as always. I'm gonna introduce my man in a minute. Hold on. My opening notes is over 100 days has passed since Brittany Griner. Her name Griner or Griner has been detained in Russia for some bullshit. So I seen how her wifey Sherelle, she sat down for an interview because now it's getting crazy over some hashish pens. Man, listen, I'm gonna just introduce my guest because I think I need him on all of this. I had him for a specific reason, but we're gonna get him into all of this. So introduce yourself, talk to the people, how you want them to know you.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Christopher Long. Nice to meet y'all.
Alright, so now that they know who you is, what's your take on that? I wasn't really
shit. I think we all know at this particular point it's political. That's number one. I think if it was LeBron or somebody, they would have been figured that play out. But I think it's because it's Brittany Griner and nobody really care, or we're just being not as sensitive to the situation as we should be concerning Ms. Griner. I think that she's gonna probably be in there for another 100 days. They're not gonna figure out nothing right now. They don't even want no parts of that, to be honest with you.
Damn, I thought that, maybe it was coming to the closure, but I see what he's saying. So I want to pray for her wifey and all of that, and it is some political bullshit, and that just shows an example of how much they don't care about us. Going on, 2 years anniversary the other day since George Floyd's death. That's still memorable, and it will rub me, it kind of burns every time I hear about it. We want to remember that though. It's a big play in life, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go back to all of the details. We know what happened, we know what it is. What's your little take on that as far as, 2 years already passing? And do you see any change since then? Do we expect any fucking change since then?
You don't expect any change. You just look at how powerful it was for one man. One man's life was taken and he galvanized the world. You know what I mean? It was different. You've seen so many different people protesting about this, but unfortunately it didn't get us anywhere. It didn't get us any more steps closer to what we need for deliberate change. I think as black people, we need to start learning the laws a lot more often. And we need to start encouraging each other to learn about these laws, particularly when we're dealing with police. I don't think that every police is an asshole, but I think that everybody has a fucked up day. And I do think that some of these guys take advantage of what they have out on others. But I feel as if that George Floyd thing was necessary. Unfortunately the man lost his life, but it was very necessary for him to, the way that he changed the world. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll see that in the next maybe couple of years, but he was the pinpoint that really changed everything.
Do you think when it first popped off, they faked the funk, like a pump fake, as if change was going to happen in the moment, and then now that we're 2 years later, we see that that's bull, or you don't even think it's ever?
They got a pump fake. They got a pump fake because they don't want motherfuckers to start doing what the Trump supporters are doing. You know what I mean? They don't want that, especially from black people. And sometimes you think that those things are needed, but unfortunately that won't change anything either. The thing that we need to start learning as black people is not necessarily how to separate from other ethnicities. We need to learn how to get our shit together. We need to learn how to function as a country and an entity in itself. Because we have that power, that spending power. We just don't know how to change the government tactics. And that's what we need to learn if we want to stay here for the rest of our lives, I guess.
That's a good point. Not to say where the location is, because I never display that in the podcast. Y'all just see the scenery. But I'm praying also for the shooting that happened in Texas, the 19 kids, 2 grave adults, they said teachers were shot. The cat was an 18-year-old dude, and he got it on the police and they took him out.
Yeah, basically.
So what's your take on that? And I think, he shot his grandmother prior to the school shit,
Right.
and crashed his vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So what type of mental are we dealing with right here? Or is this just somebody trying to get over and use mental as the reason?
It's video games. It's the power of the video game. And the constant reconstruction of that philosophy of, shooting. The way that this thing is very powerful. People don't realize or understand how powerful a TV is or shooting images is. But they know that. So the thing about it is, though, is that they keep playing this shit on and on and on and on. It's going to do something to your brain. It's going to trigger some shit in your brain that's going to make you want to experience that live action. So his shit was the turning point. I don't know what it was, but for me, it'd be the video games. The video games and the way that Call of Duty shit is set up, a motherfucker really want to experience that. That cat ran up in Buffalo and shot on people. That, of course, that's racially motivated, but again, that also goes back to how those video games fuck with your mind. You know what I mean? If you could change it and make it into where video games teach you how to invent, it'll be more motherfuckers out here creating shit that belong with a refrigerator or cars that fly by now. So it's the power of that. It's the power of what you constantly see.
It's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I didn't really know how to unpack it at first. I didn't even take that angle. I just was like, we just take the incident in itself in the moment, like, yo,
Right.
it's crazy. But
And
now,
you take one portion of it instead of trying to pinpoint the details. Like, yeah, a lot of this shit is racially motivated, but these motherfuckers got bad brains. You know what I mean?
because you heard what they was trying to say.
What?
I think one of the relatives was like, he was emotionally depressed or whatever because of COVID. And I don't know if COVID took out some people he cared about or just the experience of how he had to live during COVID. That was the play that they tried to give us, or somebody tried to give us. What are you saying? Is that a distraction?
Of course. Everything is based around COVID. If motherfucker fall down the stairs because of COVID. You remember in the beginning of COVID when people started dying and stuff like that? I think they said the guy got into an accident and then they said that they tried to charge his shit with COVID. You know what I mean? Or he died on his bike because he had COVID. How the fuck does one dude go with the other? So yeah, it's a spin on the whole COVID shit. The COVID shit that's another thing that's just turning people inside out. It makes you want to separate yourself from the world, make you be disconnected from people. People need this. Those type of connections, going out, going to have a good time, going to it relaxes your mind. So if you're constantly in that house, stuck in the house thinking about, oh shit, if I go cough, I'm gonna die, your mind gonna start spinning. It's gonna have no time to relax. Then you're gonna get sick. Because if your mind is fucked up, your body gonna go with that. So that's what it is a lot of the times. Like that whole COVID shit, I'm not saying that it's not real. I think that it is real. It's unfortunate that a lot of people lost their lives. It's very unfortunate. But I think that the way that they did a lot of this shit was to separate people, to make it be so that you by yourself or you just with your family, and you can only be around a motherfucker for a certain amount of time. You're gonna want to connect with other people. So that shit is crazy in itself.
It's like free prison, really. Like you're out here, but you prison still.
Exactly.
The mentality and all
that.
Exactly.
They want to shut shit down all the time. You shutting shit down, you fucking up the economy. That's making the taxpayers pay more for shit. That's why the taxes is crazy right now.
What's your take on the gas and how that price is? Is that because of the war in Russia or no?
Hell no. You got gas, they got gas. In Texas, they got gas. In Alaska, they got all these different things. So it can't be because of that. That's just, and it's crazy.
Another distraction.
Every time that something cracks off for somebody, them gas prices is going up. Every time. Or if you pay attention to stock, if you ever watch where gold is at, and then you'll see before something happened, that gold will start going up.
That's a fact.
That gold will start going up. So always try to invest in getting you some gold, some property, because that shit is always gonna go up.
Good point. Man, this guy, man, I may have to get him on a regular.
Nah.
He's sharp.
He got me today, that's about it.
He's sharp.
That's about it.
Alright, so I'm going still through this is still just open and shit. We ain't really get to the teeth. So, I always do my little sports update. NBA wise, we got, it's 4 teams left, about to be 2 teams left. Well, Golden State won, so it's 3. So we in the part of where Boston, Miami, who are we going to get out of them? And Golden State is awaiting. I feel it might be Boston, Golden State. What's your take on that?
I want it to be Boston, Golden State.
But what do you think?
I think if Jason Tatum and them don't, Jason Tatum and Brown need to get on the same page. They really need to let DeMarcus Smart run the point guard position, and he got to run that shit fluently. It got to flow. The thing about them that they do, sometimes Tatum takes it on himself to do some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. He's a great basketball player, but he really tries to go through double teams, and he don't have to. The man could break you down inside out, back you down, shoot the 3. He can do whatever you want to do. So, from what I see from him is like, just let DeMarcus run the offense, please. And then, y'all guys gotta just flow off of that. And
some of them other role players.
And offensive rebounds too. Y'all can get beat on that offensive board.
Adebayo.
Yeah, he's killing you on that offensive board.
And I would think different because Horford is more experienced and more veteran than you would think.
And then y'all got Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry ain't played a whole fucking playoffs. He killing y'all niggas.
But he hurt. You're not 100.
And that's the thing. Kyle Lowry not even 100, and he's scoring big time shots too.
Butler's not 100, you know that. That performance the other night with the
47 point. I think whoever plays against Golden State, unfortunately, they only
that's who's winning it.
They only get 1 game.
So it's Golden State definite, no matter what.
No matter. The way that they rolling is crazy right now. That man Steph Curry, the way he changed up the game is insane. To a degree, it's diabolical because that nigga is different.
I think he's more relaxed because of the cast, the supporting cast. So he's still doing his numbers, but he don't feel like he gotta, like, even if he's off. Because in some of those games against Dallas, he's off. The percentage-wise, he's off.
Right.
But then once the other teammates started busting, and then now he get back in the game. Because when he used to go, when he go sit down, but when he come back, he cooking now.
So the thing that I noticed about Golden State, I feel as if, this is on my own personal opinion, I feel as if that they like to lose. They like to get themselves in the pressure positions, and it brings out the best of them niggas. I don't know why they do the silly shit that they do, or maybe it's just the competition inside of them as men, but they love being down and to come back and bust your ass. So I give them guys, I think Golden State wins it 4-1. That's about it.
Not even 2.
Not even.
I say that maybe Boston has the potential to take it 2, but if it's Miami, I agree with him 4-1. Sorry to say. On that note about Light being down, I don't want to make it look like I'm being emotional, folks, because y'all know that I like Dallas. So I think Dallas didn't have enough pieces, but regardless if Golden State likes to be down or not, you don't blow leads like that on a team that dangerous. So I'm going to still hold Dallas creditable for not holding on to that. Because I don't think everyone that Golden State faces will blow a 19-point lead like that. Like, if Boston or Miami, well, no, more Boston. Mm-hmm. If Boston has a 19-point lead on them, I got them winning that game. Because of their defense. Because Boston is good defense.
Yeah, they'll keep you pinned down.
Right.
That's a fact. Defensively, they'll keep you pinned down.
Right.
But Steph and them is going to figure out a way how to do that.
Depending on how early that lead is.
The 2 things about these 2 teams that's crazy about Boston and Golden State, they beat themselves. Other teams don't really beat them. They do dumb shit and then they beat themselves. Like with Boston, a lot of the times, they'll take fast shots, and that's not the way that they play. They play like a Catholic school team. Like they pass, then shoot. They don't let the offense flow. You know what I mean? Like they'll just rush sometimes when they're down, and they don't need to do that. They remind me of the San Antonio Spurs a lot. That they have that same kind of style of offense, but they don't utilize everything the way that they should. Like on the Spurs teams, you knew that Tim Duncan was the man, but you don't get half of those championships without Tony Parker. You don't get a lot of those championships with the guys that came off the bench. So you need those
pieces. That's the whole thing. It's a team effort, period.
Sometimes Tatum feel as if that he got to do a bit too much than what he should be doing instead of letting that offense flow.
Maybe he listening to media because media is saying like with that first, when the playoffs first started, KD, Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Brooklyn. They saying that Tatum took kind of like that light, meaning like KD was then and maybe Tatum now is the KD.
No, KD is his own entity. Like KD is just a whole different player. You're not. It's certain things that guys are figuring out about him now. But that man is gonna make so many different adjustments for the next year. He gonna kill shit. And I think that the reason why they lost that series is because him and Kyrie, they don't flow together well, in my personal opinion. They didn't allow whoever's the point guard of that team wasn't being a point guard. That's number one. Number two, they don't play no defense. They don't play no defense. So, and I think that KD was hurt during that whole entire playoff series. I think they got to make a bunch of. They had that kid on the bench. What's the rookie kid that they got for the Nets? He's nice, and they really don't let him play.
Which one?
I forgot. He was cooking though when Harden them.
Cam Johnson or
He's
Cam
nice.
Thomas? I think it's Thomas. Cam Thomas.
He's nice. I'm not sure if the
He didn't play the whole shit.
I don't think he played the whole shit, and I'm not sure if he's consistent either. I was like, don't quote me on that.
I didn't even peep.
But I just see like I'm not a stat guy. Like I just watch from you know what I mean.
He's nice. He cooks.
He could play.
Right.
That kid could play. You just gotta give him some time and let him play. And the thing about that the league that people don't realize about the league that how it has to change is that it's not a one man show anymore. Niggas gotta learn how to start really playing basketball, bro. You're not getting nowhere without. You're not getting nowhere if you don't utilize the pieces that you have. Everybody's just trying to get their own one off.
You're so right, because like even in some of the games when they brought Blake Griffin in, why he didn't play LaMarcus Aldridge and all that. Blake Griffin came in cooked. He did his thing at those moments.
Right, y'all supposed to go off of that energy. But instead y'all look like y'all just sitting on the bench mad because he going off and it should have been y'all that was going off. No. Take that man's energy and flow with that shit. Run with it.
But then again, I don't think Nash is a coach anyway. So
it don't really matter if Nash is the coach or not at this particular point, because those guys run their own offense anyway. The thing that Nash didn't do well, he doesn't make game time adjustments well. He just keep going with what. Okay, we're gonna stick to this. We're gonna stick to this. Okay, now by the fourth shot, I know what y'all niggas is working with. I'm good. I don't need that. Y'all don't make any adjustments. Y'all gonna keep doing the same silly shit again and again. You gotta utilize your pieces in the NBA. They don't utilize their pieces. Joel Embiid is as good as Joel Embiid is. You can't do it without Moxie. They're gonna have to learn how to develop Moxie into a great player. That other kid, what's the kid? The forward. Harris. He's nice too. But y'all brought in James Harden, which took the ball out of his hand. Like, wow, y'all need a point guard, bro. Y'all don't need James Harden.
He should have stayed in Brooklyn?
Yeah, he should have stayed in Brooklyn. What they should have did was, they should have tried to get John Wall. Or turn the kid Moxie into John Wall. That's what they need. They need a point guard that can move that offense. They just sit down. Okay, here we go. We know where it's going. It's going to Embiid. Okay, that's it. Who the fuck want to watch them niggas play basketball? I don't even want to watch them play basketball all the time.
What's your take? One last thing on. We're gonna stay in sports for a second, but like the whole Jokic getting MVP back to back.
I like it.
So Embiid don't deserve MVP?
Not to say he don't deserve MVP. I think that he does deserve an MVP, but I think that if you look at what Jokic was working with this year, it's just Jokic, and he made everybody on that team better. Joel don't make niggas around him better. Like I said, the offense is the same way, huh? We're going down low. That's it. All right, go to work, my nigga. I'm gonna sit here with 7 points when you need me to have the 7. Opposed to now, Jokic to get it in the block. Okay, we're gonna work. Here you go, food. Here you go, food. He gonna make sure that his guys get up a little bit. Now, if he would have had them other 2 guys,
Murray, and who was that? What's his name?
The kid with all of the back problems.
Jamal Murray.
No, Jamal Murray's one, and it's the other kid. He didn't have Porter. If he would have had them 2, they would have did something special.
Right.
I think
really you need Murray.
I think that Donovan Mitchell should go there. I think that he should go to Denver.
So then when Murray get better, and then what he gonna do? Because ain't he the point?
No, let him play.
He's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the point on Denver?
I'm not sure who the point is, but it ain't Murray.
Murray's the second.
He's the second.
That's cool on the NBA. I think I didn't see Rose recently. Y'all know I'm not really heavy into hockey, but being that I'm from New York, I'm gonna be happy when New York is up. So the Rangers was cooking, but then I think they got behind and then they tied the series up.
Right.
I'm just giving you that as an update for you hockey fans. Tune in to see if they're gonna make it, because I think if they win this series, it might be one more and they got the chip. I think they're damn near finals. Hockey's in damn near finals right now.
Right.
Baseball. Both New York teams is number one in their division.
That's not gonna be good.
Right. What do you feel on that? Is that just like they just on a high right now, or this may actually be what it is come the end of the season? Especially since baseball is a long motherfucking season. It's like 100 games left, or like 80 games left.
You asking me, do I think that they should have another Subway Series for a championship?
No. Will they stay like this, or is this just for now?
Mets gonna fizzle out.
It's the Mets that's gonna fizzle out, and the Yankees may stay.
Yankees probably gonna fuck up 2 here and there, but the Mets definitely gonna fizzle out.
So it's not gonna be a Subway Series.
Oh hell no! Definitely, it can't be a Subway Series for one. That shit was the lowest. Nobody really watched that shit.
It ain't about people. Selfishly,
But
for us in New York,
we would love it. We would love it. But business wise, nah. It's gonna be either Houston and New York again, or it's gonna be LA and Washington or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be 2 places that where you gonna want to go watch the game at. Ain't nobody gonna want to go watch them fucking city games like that. Nobody coming from Texas to go watch the Mets play baseball. Nobody want to deal with that. That's why they always have the All-Star games and the Super Bowl in real hot, warm, nice places, because it make you want to spend some money.
Business-wise. Only from a business perspective. So people who are hardcore, dedicated fans, you can't take this emotionally.
Nah,
because I know a lot of Mets fans that's going to be looking at him crazy.
That's because you can't though. It's just business-wise. Like that man ain't gonna. All right. That motherfuckers think it's gonna be a Subway Series. Not when you fucking with my money. That man ain't gonna let that shit happen. Crazy.
But nonetheless, shout out for the well play that I've seen in the start of the baseball season from both New York teams.
It's dope.
I'm more leaning towards the Yankees. Everybody that knows me knows that, so I hope that continues. I will agree with you and say this last note about it is that I don't see how in a while the Yankees didn't have a hot start like this.
Right.
So that's why I believe in them a little more. The Mets always seem to have these moments where they start off hot
and then fuck it up.
So that's not a surprise.
And I think that the reason why the Yankees is doing so well like that is because Judge is up for that contract, so he playing hard. He playing for the money that he talking about he want to deserve. He playing for that.
It's
So
funny
if they
you
don't
say
give
that.
that man his money, whoever give him his money, they're gonna be blessed.
Right. It's funny you say that. I don't do the FanDuel and betting like that, but there's one game I had bet, and all I needed was for him to have a home run and Stanton to have a home run.
And you gonna get that.
Stanton didn't get the home run.
That's
Judge
crazy.
hit 3.
That's crazy.
On a game, I only needed 1. Nah, he was trying because that's the thing with Stanton. It's going out the park or it's only going a few feet. Because he trying to swing it
He's
so
killing that
fucking
shit.
hard.
But the thing I like about him is that I noticed that if Judge is on, like he'll kind of chill.
Resilient.
Yeah, he won't be on some. Let me go in. But when Judge is off, that nigga will try to hit everything out that stadium, kid.
That's a fact. So we done with the sports. My man right here, I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that, this guy's into his nutrition and health. So it's ironic that I brought this up as my topic before I even knew I was gonna have him as a guest. So this is a statement I made and I want your reaction on this. I said, listen to your body individually. Pay attention to your diet, what you eat. When something isn't right, respond, react. And the reason I made that statement, because currently what I just told you happened to me a few days prior.
Right.
So what can you say on it? Can you add to this? And how important was that statement? If you tell
Very
me.
important. The first thing that people need to realize and what they gotta do is, it would be good if, especially black people, know what your blood is. A, B, C, D, whatever that shit is, know what that is. Then research what foods are good for your blood. Your blood runs rampant through your body. So it's taking on all the bullshit and carrying it to your feet, to your ears, to your asshole. It's going everywhere. You have to pay attention to what it is that makes your blood feel fantastic, so it will take the right things to the right parts of your body. That way your immune system can work the way that it's supposed to work. So you have to pay attention to what your blood, whatever your blood is, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, go find that out. And then start to change up your blood, change up what you eat, and see how these particular foods make you feel. Some foods is gonna make you feel fantastic and you wanna go jump out the window. Some foods is gonna make you feel as if that you wanna rest, but your body also needs all of these things. So you're gonna need the good and the bad at times, but you need to understand what it is that makes your body work the best way it works. You ain't getting another pinky toe. You ain't getting another motherfucking thumb. You ain't getting another elbow. None of that. So if you want to keep your shit in the right way, find out what makes your body be the best at working at the best. And drink water, man. Drink water.
It's never enough water.
Drink water.
It's never enough water. Water should be the most liquid that's inside of you. There's
Right.
nothing that should trump that. You should have more soda in you than water. What's your take on soda?
I think it's good here and there. Like I said, you have to have some of the bad things too. You can't just be all good all the time. Your body won't be able to function the right way. You want to give your body certain shit that's going to challenge it as well, because that's how it moves.
Immune and all that, and adjustments.
I just wouldn't drink that shit every day.
Right.
I would drink it like maybe once a month.
Okay.
That's me though. That's my personal
Right.
perspective. Like if I'm out and I'm having a good time, I might have like a Sprite or some shit like that.
Right.
The lighter the better.
The lighter the
The
better.
lighter the better. They clean off highway blood with Pepsi and Coca-Cola. So I don't think you want that shit in your system for too long.
Again, he's been dope as a guest. I know it's gonna rub some people the wrong way, because I know some folks that watch that love Pepsi. I've been trying to tell you.
We black, so we know Pepsi is the thing. Pepsi and Wise potato chips. Everybody's
Not the Wise.
grandfather has that. Your grandpa got that. Pop, he in there. Can I have some soda with you? He gonna give you some. But like I said, maybe a month or here and there is good for you, but not too much.
But his note I want to leave with y'all is the whole knowing your blood type.
Right. Know your blood type.
Find that out first, and then do your research on what's good for your body based on your blood type.
Your body. Because what might work for, we see a lot of these people on different things, right? And they tell you to eat vegan, they tell you to eat this, they tell you to eat that. That may work for them. It might not work for you. It might not work for me. So that's why it's good to know what it is that you put in your body for you. At the end of the day, it's you against you. So protect yourself at all times.
Absolutely. On a sad note, I'm sorry I have to say it because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Goodfellas actor Ray Liotta, dead at 67. They say they found him in his sleep in DR.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he may not have, I don't know what else he has outside of that too much, but that being my favorite movie, I just had to shout that out. Where do you put Goodfellas in your rank of movies?
It's in the top 20. It's definitely in the top 20. There's a lot of things that's powerful about that movie. Ray Liotta is a fantastic actor. Not just in that though. He did a lot of dope shit.
I seen him, but I can't remember the other stuff. You know how when somebody solidifies something for you and you go, okay, and then when they do other shit, you watch it, but
He
like
did a lot of good TV shows. Like
right.
a lot of shit from Law and Order. Like he just it's the way that it was this one Guy Ritchie movie that I like called Revolver. That's a dope movie too if you ever get a chance to watch that. Revolver, he played a phenomenal act leading that. He
Revolver.
was the enemy. He was the what they call that, the anti, what they call that shit, like I guess the villain, the anti-protagonist or some shit like that.
Right.
He played that role, and he just was he was really dope in that movie. I really like that one. That's one of my favorite movies too, Revolver.
Alright. So I just had to shout that out. Sip. I pray for his family, my condolences and all of that. You know what I mean? Good dude. On a low note, I just mentioned it. The verses is a lot of people I'm asking and interacting with, they're kind of getting over the verses thing. You know the verses where they pick people to go against you. How do you feel about those? And do you feel like that phase is over? Does it start to tap out?
It can easily be galvanized again. It can easily be brought back. It can easily be. It's just you just gotta pick the right people.
So the last one everybody was on, that I asked was on the low tip of this one. UGK versus MJG and 8 Ball.
Not bad, but that's for that whole South. That's for Memphis, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, them type of motherfuckers. They want to. That's their thing. I think MGK and 8-Ball was ill. I like coming to some
of their songs.
They had. UGK, I wasn't really too knowing all that. You know what I mean?
All I got is Big Pimpin'. I mean, I know more, but Big Pimpin's probably the biggest for me.
Right.
Because of Hov.
Right.
And that whole swag was dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that that's just something that we just didn't connect with too early in the game.
That's cool. So I just wanted to mention that. Last thing on the low note is also Fred Ward died. He was 79. If you don't know who Fred Ward is, he was in Tremors with Kevin Bacon. Tremors is not in my top 20, but Tremors was a movie that I kind of dug back then in the 90s. So I want to shout him out. If you get a look, y'all look in y'all Googles and all that, his face is familiar. He might have had like little show cameo appearances as well. Right. But I wanted to shout him out because it was like in the same week that they both passed. Right. So I'm done with the phone. Thank you for that. My notes. Y'all see when I be doing, that's why he was very helpful, because when I be doing my pod, all of that it be here. So I be juggling with the shit. So we gonna close out with the last topic. What I said, the condoms, protecting yourself, men and women views on it, and the feels of it and the importance of it, we know from the health standpoint. Right. But for a relationship factor determining who we gonna be with, who we gonna stay with, is that the real focus on why we should use condoms, or is it the health and the sexual diseases and all of that? What's more important? How does this affect our decision making in the use of condoms from man to woman? Now, I pre-talked to him beforehand, and we can't touch on a woman's perspective because we might need an actual fucking woman to do it. But we could talk from our perspective. So, what's the grand scheme of things with this condom thing? Why we like it? Why don't we like it? The pros and the cons.
So the reason why you don't like it per se is probably it doesn't allow you to connect with that person fully when you got the condom on. If you dressed up, you ain't gonna be able to connect with that woman fully the way that you want to. Certain shit is just not gonna hit the right way. Now, for me, when I'm dressed up like that, my man is not at full what's the word?
Potential?
Yeah. He's not at full maximum capacity.
Right.
Has it happened before? Yeah, it has happened before where he has been there, but with certain shit, nah. I'm an older man now, so it's just like I want to dig a certain type of way. But I will use them all the time, as much as possible. Because you fuck around and do some dumb shit, get your brains blown out, you're not just fucking yourself up. You might take that shit to somebody else. So, always with a condom, especially with women that you just entertain here and there. If it's a woman that you steadily fucking with on a regular basis, yeah, you're not using that condom like that. Y'all got a certain type of trust and a certain type of thing going on. So, you're definitely not using it with her.
How does it affect your decision making with, let's say you're single,
right?
Single guys, and you're out there dating, you're doing you, right. But you may be getting to that stage where you want to select a certain honey. How do you decide? Because you gotta agree or disagree. You gotta take the condom off when you deciding, not when you deciding, when you get to the point that you think you select the right person. How can you get to that point where you select this person, like, okay, this is who I'm gonna fuck with, while still wearing the condom? Or you gotta take the condom off first and then solidify it and say, okay, this is who this is the one.
The first thing that motherfuckers start learning what to do is get to know people. It don't take much. You know what I mean? You don't always gotta jump in the bitch person, excuse me.
Nah, this is YouTube. It's not for kids. You know when I upload this, folks, and I'm telling you, when you upload videos on YouTube, I'm schooling you for free. You have the option to put made for kids or not. And I always put is not made for kids. Right. Now, will that stop kids from having access? I can't control that. I did my part to always say it prior, even if I'm not going to talk crazy. Right. Because this is a grown-up show. So you can talk, if you're still being respectable, you can, but you don't got to watch it like that.
So excuse me first of all for calling women bitches. I apologize for that. That's number one. Forgive me. Take the time to get to know somebody. That person is going to show you who they want you to be, who they want themselves to be viewed as. Give yourself some time to get to know that person before you take any condom off. I would say, don't even fuck. Don't even fuck. Just get to know her. She might be a whole bozo. That pussy's still gonna be the same. Now you gotta deal with the fact that you can't even have a conversation with this woman about anything. You can't even crack jokes with her. I like to crack jokes. If you can't crack jokes with me, or if you're not a motherfucker that can sit around and have a good time and know how to snap and crack jokes, you don't even gotta snap and crack jokes on people. But you gotta know how to have some type of joy that brings out of, let's crack a joke. The power of just, let's crack a joke and have fun and see your face light up. Some women don't even have that. So why would you want to have sex? Well, her body is this bad. Okay, you never had a bad chick before? You know what I mean? So it's just like, get to know the person, man. Take your time to get to know the person. You don't always got to jump into that pussy head first. You don't. Especially, you don't have to jump into it head first, raw dog in the ego. Now, if we on vacation time and we run in the streets, okay, your time is limited. That's when you should be most definitely wearing your condoms, nigga. You fucking around and get some chick pregnant or get your head blown off. I don't think you want that. But take your time to get to know these women. Believe me, their minds is powerful. So take your time to get to know them, son. They can destroy your whole life just like that.
Do you think that the standard is set too high for yourself, for some to feel like they need substance and a bad? Meaning like substance, you could talk, you could laugh and joke, and they gotta be appealing to the eye. Is that too much of a high standard to set for yourself? Or as long as you get that quality, all the other parts that matter, not to say that you're gonna downgrade and she's but not super duper bad.
Right.
Because you rather all the pieces falling into play than her being bad.
Right.
So can you set the standard and get both? Because I feel like women, and I'm sorry, I gotta get at y'all. Some women set that standard off the rip. Like they want a certain type of dude, the way he looked, the way whatever, and all the security and comfort too.
Right.
Do we follow behind them, or do we set our own precedents to say, as long as I get all the pieces, I don't care if she ain't super duper bad?
For the most part, a lot of the times men y'all gotta start realizing that. Let's just take a relationship, look at it like this. If she's not learning anything from me, she don't need to be here. She could be the baddest chick in the world. If you're not learning anything from me and I'm not learning anything from you, why are you here? Why are you here? I can bust them up anytime, anywhere, with anyone. Why are you here? What makes you here? A woman is not going to be bad her entire life. She ain't. Sooner or later, them titties is going to drop. And she going to look in the window, and she going to look in the mirror and feel a certain type of way about herself. And then you're going to be fucked. If you just was dating her if you was fucking with her just because she got a nice body, whatever the case may be, you fucked at the end of the day. Because she going to start feeling a way about herself. She going to start looking at the past, or I was doing this, or I was wearing these type of clothes, and now look at me now. And that's going to fuck your whole experience up after that. She going to be mad at herself, so who's the next person to take it out on? You, motherfucker. You the closest thing next to her. So, like I said, man, just learn how to teach the women that you're dealing with how to be with you. And that comes along with getting to know somebody.
So super bad is a plus, but it's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. A lot of the chicks that's out there that's super bad as fucking ducks. They corny as fuck. They don't have nothing. Only thing they can do from you just good to look at, and okay, if I pipe you down and send you on your way.
Is there hope for them, or they're just that stagnant?
I don't know.
Yeah, if they're bozos, so if a bozo is a bozo for life, or you have to have super patience to try to bring them.
A lot of the times, if she don't want to learn nothing, a lot of the times she don't want to learn nothing. Because she feel as if that she got to figure it out. Because you know what? It's niggas like this. Hey, baby, make it so she gonna constantly get that reassurance. But on the inside, everything is fucked up. If I can't pull this shit up that's inside of you to make you feel as dope as you are on the outside, what are you here for? What are you here for at the end of the day? Because there's gonna be times where shit gonna hit the fan. And I'm a tiger. I can't have a woman around me that's submissive. Because I'm not submissive. So that shit got to go. As long as you respect me and I respect you, we can move. Don't do no dumb shit that's going to embarrass me and I ain't going to embarrass you. It's Just that simple. But I'm a tiger. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me no type of certain way. I'm gonna go out there and chase my meal and go do everything I gotta do to go get what I want in this life. She gotta be the same way.
Huh?
Because if she not, if I pass away and I'm doing everything to take care of you, the next motherfucker, he might not be a tiger. And he gonna make everything that we worked hard for crumble. And if I did everything in my power to make you have this stability and this lifestyle that we worked on,
Drop it.
you just let this motherfucker come in and destroy everything that we worked hard to get. So if she ain't a tiger, she can't be with me. If she ain't on the type of time that I'm on where I'm trying to conquer shit, she got to go. I can have beautiful chicks is everywhere. You got old men that got beautiful bitches right now, beautiful woman right now that's just, he's sitting there with a headache. God damn, I gotta do this.
Stress.
He's sitting there stressed the fuck out. I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to be calm, cool, and collective.
Jesus.
She
That
gotta
was
do
some
that.
gems. That was some gems, fellas. Yo, this is all free. This is free knowledge we giving you. And again, you can choose the path for you.
Yeah,
If super bad is your way to go, then hey. But understand what that comes with. Understand, and if you have the patience and that's what you want to deal with, cool. But you can find a balance. We're not saying to take the box. It's like what, cars?
Yeah.
You want a car that run. You want a car that you know all the details of it and it gets you where you need to go. Yeah, a fucking Bentley, Audi, Camaro, Corvette, those is like, yeah.
And all of that shit is gonna do is entice you. And that's what men don't feel like. That's what men don't realize how powerful they are. Women want to be enticed all day long. They love that shit. But do they want to be enticed by you or Johnny B. Good? Now, if she's been enticed by you for a minute, can you keep that shit going? Now, if you can keep that shit going, you gotta. But you gotta use this. All that other goofy shit, that shit is here to get going tomorrow. You want to be able to know what I'm saying? There's some women in this world that you could go to sleep broke, and tomorrow you could wake up with everything. There's some women in this world that can get you there. But you gotta know what you want, son. Like you said, it's about that. Chicks, don't worry about them, man. Focus and concentrate on you and what you want to do with your life, kid. Let that be the most important thing. Put God first and let everything else flow the way it's supposed to flow. They always said that, it was just always this saying about how, I'm not sure if people, you can feel the way that you want to feel about the Bible with Solomon. Like Solomon was the wisest king that was ever lived, right? The wisest man that they say ever lived. So he used to ask people, he used to have people come and say, kill your whole family, or no matter of fact, kill your whole family, or I'm gonna kill you. And the guy's like, no, I can't do that. I love my family too much. Chop his head off right there. So he did this to about maybe 1,000 men. He brought 10 women up. Kill your husband, or I'm gonna kill your entire family. All right. She killed that man. You could love somebody so much and not understand that person might not love you the same way. Take care of yourself. Like I said, put God first, or whatever it is that you believe in, put that first, and be about your business. Let women be wherever they're going to be. If they're going to come, they're going to go. That's my personal opinion. Keep that calm on, Jack, until you decide that you're in a mature place to deal with the consequences of that action, whether it's a beautiful baby or if it's a terrible STD. Just know you set yourself up for that energy. You put that shit out there.
So is there, I gotta play devil's advocate on the last note, is there any kind of paranoia or consequence if you do take these precautions of keeping that condom on, and you've always, for the most part, been cautious of that, and still get got when you took it off?
Is there paranoia?
Right, no. Is there does that affect your decision making with that, or you still cautious? Because some people could be overly cautious. And then when you do take the one chance that you almost never take, and still get jammed up, what does that do to the mental after that?
For men gotta start paying attention to their women. Y'all gotta understand and know how powerful this chick is, because she's watching everything that you doing, my boy. And the moment that you change up, she got you. Your consistency is not there like how their consistency is. You gotta pay attention to the shit that she do. That will help you make a better decision about what kind of woman this is for me. Mentally, Men is not strong like that. And they not strong like these women is, kid. Y'all get way.
That part.
Y'all get, first of all, your insecurities on 1,000,000. You know, we all guys. We all go through our own shit. No man is not more insecure than the other. We all got our own insecurities. We all go through shit. But it's how y'all handle it. Like, she's so confident, nigga. She don't care about nothing else that's going on in the world. She think that she the dopest thing walking. You gotta feel that same way too. But you gotta pay attention to the shit that she does, because she's paying attention to every move that you make. And little do you know, the moment that you do some dumb shit, you done started a war and you wasn't even prepared for. That woman will do everything in her power to destroy you if you decide that you want to do the wrong shit. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I'm gonna tell y'all something that my father told me, that I feel as if that every black man needs to understand and learn. The way you start is the way you finish. That's number one. You could expound on that any type of way that you want to go with it. Do your thing. And always be honest with the women that you fucking with. If you fucking with multiple women and this is not what you want to do right now, you're not looking to just be with one woman, tell her that. Don't make her think that, oh, I'm just fucking with you, and no, she's gonna lose respect for you off the rip. Keep your respect, man. Treat the woman the way that you want to be treated at the end of the day. You don't want her running around fucking with Johnny be good and Johnny be bad and every other Johnny. Tell her that. But you gotta be honest with her. Try to do the best that you can to be honest, son. And that's probably the biggest gem I could give y'all. Be consistent with the shit that you do. If you're a romantic cat, be romantic all the time. Because the moment that you change up, you just started a war for yourself. And you didn't even know you was in one. She goes back and says, oh, why you going? Oh, okay. Oh, you got a work wife, huh? Okay, it's lit now. It's lit. It's lit.
I need, we don't got time. That was a key one, that work wife, work husband shit. But listen, this has been another edition, and before I do my closeout, tell them who you was again. And if you even care to be followed, you could give them a gram or something that you got. Cool. Give your info.
My name is Christopher Long. It's very nice to meet all y'all from this type of place. On Instagram is King Ice 170. And that's really it.
King Ice 170. No spaces or underscores or nothing.
Everything right.
Everything right there. I appreciate him coming through. Again, this is Tell It How It Is, no filter. We out. Until the next time, y'all be safe and be blessed. Better days.
All right. My boy.